Hi, Mr. Schaefer. It's Anna. I'm so excited to be helping Sam with his project. And yes, I am excited. So, Sam, let's get started.
Okay, the first question is, what is your favorite community service experience?
I would probably have to say that my favorite is a tradition with my Girl Scout troop. Every Christmas, we go and volunteer at the Metropolitan Ministries holiday tent. We unfortunately couldn't this year just because everyone's schedules were too crazy, but it's super fun because it's a way for us to all connect and reflect on what we're thankful for.
Okay, the next question is, what is the most interesting thing you've written about for the school newspaper?
I would probably have to say I wrote a feature story on one of my friends who immigrated here when she was very young, and she's great. Like, she's very hardworking, well-rounded. I'm really grateful that I've gotten to know her a little bit better, and she has been very involved in local campaigns. She volunteered with someone who is elected to be a House representative now. She got to call in voters, like manage finances, really cool. And so I wrote a feature about that, and it actually won an award, which was very exciting.
Very cool. The next question is, who was your favorite person to interview?
I have 3. One of them, although I do not agree with some of his actions, would have to be Addison Davis, because I got to interview him right when he came to Hillsborough County, and it was really cool to just see someone who was more high up take time out of their day to give like in-depth answers that weren't just like, oh, publicity, blah blah blah. Like, he was much more personable than I expected, and I was really stressed going in, but he made it very like normal, very candid, which I appreciated. My second would probably have to be Liam Silk, who is a TikTok star at Robinson, who by now has like 5 million followers. And I interviewed him when I was a sophomore and he was a freshman. And it was definitely very, very weird because I didn't know this kid at all. And I was asking him all of these questions about like, oh, how do you come up with content? How do you do this? How do you do that? And I was trying my best not to make him uncomfortable because he was still fairly like unknown. He had maybe like 16K followers, and he was a little hesitant at first to even do the interview. So it definitely was a good lesson in being very friendly and very like welcoming with people I'm talking to. And then the last one is outside of Robinson journalism. I participated in a program with the Tampa Bay Sports Commission where I did a lot of videos and panels and interviewing with participants of the Women's Final Four. And so a tie between those two would probably have to be this girl that I interviewed, and she was a basketball player from Australia, and she flew all the way to Tampa to participate in all of like the festivities. And then I also interviewed 2 coaches for women's basketball at Oklahoma and USF, which, like Addison Davis, it was fun because I was really nervous, but they were super candid and made me feel very comfortable.
Those are a lot of famous people.
Not really.
Well,
Yeah.
the last question is, who is a hero to you?
That's a really good question, Sam. I would probably have to say either Amy or Grandma, because Sandy Friedman, she used to be the mayor, first female mayor of Tampa, and she really taught me just like, I'm trying to think of how to say this, independence, and also just like, don't take all of like that bad stuff from people. Like, stand up for what you believe and always use your voice and don't worry about what other people are going to say, which is something that I always struggled with when I was younger. So it's very cool to see her and hear all about her experiences, and it's very interesting to see people in Tampa talk about her and write about her, and then you read that and you're like, wow, that's so cool, and then you remember, oh my gosh, wait, this is my grandma who I just like made cookies with or something. So very interesting relationship.
Thank you for your time, Anna.
Thank you for having me, Sam.